Ladies and gentlemen, boys and NBs, welcome into Hellstormwargaming. Thanks for tuning in. My name's Mikey and welcome to this live stream. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all having a wonderful time. How are we doing today? Come in, say hi, say hello. How are we? Just making sure that I've definitely gone live. There's a lot of people tuning in this morning. Thank you. Appreciate you. What's occurring with you? What's been going on with you, chat? What's new in the past 2 days? What 40k news have you been seeing? What things have you seen been happening? Let me know. Let me know down in the comments. It's a conversation on live stream. It's not just me talking at you. It's a conversation. We got a lot of conversations to have today. I can't quite roll into a comfortable position. There we go. Pridders, good morning to you, my friend. How are we doing today? Appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. We've got a lot to talk about today. There's some interesting developments in the old world of AI, which we're going to be talking about today. So that's one of the main focuses of the topic. We are completely fucked. So it should be an interesting one. And also, can you imagine losing your finger to a phone? Let me know. I saw this one guy on Monday get a bunch of Warhammer drama out of his community on stream. It was wild. It was pretty wild, to be honest. Let's be honest. It was pretty spectacular. The people who have the audacity to say, I imagine, in my head, the audacity to say that the person that they watch causes drama, to then cause drama themselves. To cause drama themselves, can you believe? Does he tell everyone I'm going live? Wrap it up, chat. It's Jova. Watched Art of War talk about the biggest changes of the data slate. Funny how they cried so much about challenger cards. Now they've gone, they said maybe changing the points you could get them to work. You're actually fucking taking the piss. You're actually taking the piss, Pridders. You're actually taking the piss, did they actually? Did they actually? Let me find it. Where's it gone? This one.
Hello, welcome to Art of War. Today we're going to be talking about the top 5 most impactful changes in the recent balanced data slate.
Yeah, this data slate shook up quite a few things. There's like rules changes, points changes, and then one very major core rule change that you'll probably imagine
it's like
talking about.
Oh
yeah, baby. So there's going to be kind of like in the worm, guys, so check it out. All right, number 2 is going to be Eldar. Now this is going to seem funny because this army got yeah, it is. All right, let's move on to number 1. This change is going to be surprising to
I'm excited to see what they got to say. I'm excited to hear what they've got to say.
literally no one. Challenger cards are dead. Ripbozo! Yeah.
Oh, Ripbozo, hell yeah.
Is gone as a mechanic. It wasn't enjoyable. My army, particularly in the orks, got super punished by this mechanic. Another big... Actually, it's actually a relevant orc change. Yeah, not to talk about before, but now. Pressure armies now get not screwed. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's kind of where they were at.
They were just like, oh, okay, give your opponent like 9 to 12 points.
Yep.
For free.
You want a detailed description about why this dead mechanic is no good for the game? There's a video entitled Jack Crashed Out About Challenger Cards.
Yeah, it's actually on the YouTube channel. You can check it out. Yeah,
on the YouTube channel.
You can check that one out.
And
they did say that Challenger cards aren't fun. I think they were fun. Chat, did you have fun with Challenger cards type 1? If 2, if you didn't enjoy it. Or 3, if you never used them. The reasoning is pretty simple. It doubled down on second turn advantage. Yeah, I made a whole video about it. I made a whole video about it. Talking about the fact that Jack crashing out about challenger cards is misplaced because he should be just be crashing out about 10-2.
They were just
Or
very
going
bad
second.
for the game on a competitive level.
3, I don't play
There were
Foy.
all kinds of talk about, oh, well, challenger cards were intended to mitigate the randomness of secondary cards. No, they weren't.
They were not.
No, they weren't.
Yeah.
Maybe they did that sometimes, but that was not what they were intended to do. What they're intended to do is keep little Johnny feeling like he can still win the game.
Yeah.
That's all it was there for. And unfortunately, they were very heavily tilted towards the player who had second turn, which is just a purely random mechanic.
Which is already really good at the moment.
Yeah.
Right? Going second is already good.
Yes. And going second was great. And the fact there was only 6 points apart meant that oftentimes you were going second, you were currently favored to win because you had bottom of turn primary,
Mm-hmm.
and you were just getting drip fed points constantly, so your opponent couldn't pull away by the amount necessary to offset the second turn advantage. I have had multiple games.
Jack, why do you just score more points, bro? If you can't, if 6 points isn't far enough away, you're a good player. Just score more, bro. How about that? I'm being facetious. Chat, I'm being facetious. Sorry. I thought it'd be funny. God, that wasn't a funny bit, Mikey. Mikey, just tell him to score more points wasn't a funny bit. Don't ever say that again. Okay. Solution, get good. True.
Determined purely by challenger cards, right? I gave my opponent 9 points on challenger cards and lost by 7. That happened at a recent GT, and I won against Richard by 1 point, and I got 6 points on challenge or something like that.
Yeah.
Nobody felt good in those scenarios. Nobody.
No, and I remember when the mechanic.
I beat my opponent the other day for drawing better secondary cards than him. So no one feels good. No one feels good in that situation. You know, if I just draw better cards than my opponent, I'm in a better position to score them over my opponent. No one feels good.
Mechanic first came out, I was like, okay, I mean, this looks really strong, but like, is it really gonna matter? And then we like very quickly found out, oh yeah, this matters like a lot, actually.
It matters all.
I think in our first like 5 games we recorded, I think 2 of them were determined by challenger cards or something like that. It was something insane, right?
Yeah. So it was immediately determined that it mattered a ton. It came up in every single game we played. I mean, like, it maybe not determined the winner in every single game, but it came up in every
It matters.
Or both players were like playing to either get or avoid their opponent getting the cards, which also didn't feel great, right? You draw 10 points on secondaries turn 1, you're like, do I do it?
Yeah, right. And that felt so bad.
That is something that I will give to them. It's like the fact that I don't think necessarily it's like, oh, it's only 6 points, that's the issue. I think that it's that if you are going first, you have to decide, am I going to try and steamroll ahead and get loads of points? So if you get a challenge card, it doesn't matter. And then my opponent gets a challenger card, or I try and withhold my own points so they don't get a challenger card. That is the only thing I can kind of give them ground on. It is a bit of a funky one. How they go about fixing that, who fucking cares? Who got rid of him? I was about to be like, they could get around it like this. It's like, doesn't matter because people just moaned enough that they got rid of him anyway, rather than like learning, making them better, trying to improve them, like they did with gambits, like they did with secret missions, etc. They just fucked it off. We're in a game that's so stale now that we're playing a mission pack with less rules than it had when it came out. So. I feel like they're bringing up the wrong issue. It's definitely not the trickle of points. It's the dumb bonus strat. The bonus strat, arguably, challenger cards would be fine if they just gave them the strat. You know what I mean? Like, here's a free stratagem because you're down on points. Here's an extra command point because you're down on points. It's the fact that you have the options, right? That's what you're trying to say. It's like you have, like, I can score points or I can use the dumb strat. I'll be honest, whenever I use challenger cards, I never use the stratagem. Like, only if this challenger card... I should rephrase that. I was never in a position where I chose to not score, you know? If I could have scored them, I did. If I couldn't have scored them, I used the strat if it was possible, you know? Do you think that going the AOS route for battle tactics, etc., for 40k could be fun? I think. I'm sorry if this isn't the answer that you want. I think the AOS battle tactics are awful. I think they're the way that they function are awful. I think choosing at the start of an event and playing the same battle tactics six games in a row, whatever, is one of the worst ideas they've ever had. I really didn't like. I've played a few games of AOS now, and I did not like it whatsoever. I thought it was awful. Well, not awful. Awful is like too strong of a word. I think it was like very repetitive. I kind of spoke about my thoughts of like making the game more interesting is like making challenger cards secret and stuff. I thought that was fun. If you chose per game, that's a little bit better. Definitely. But then I think you just need a bit of more variety. I thought the way that the battle tactics worked for Age of Sigmar is like, it's very like scripted. I can't think of the word. It's kind of like the same thing every time, which is a bit cringe. You know, it's like, oh, I always have to kill a character turn 1 or whatever. So my mind has changed, so it's the start of the game, not in the army list. Start of the game would be a lot better, definitely. In the list, it's weird. Anyway, let me see what else I've got to say about challenger cards that sometimes is right.
To like look at, oh man, I got great secondaries turn 1. Oh, I can only do 1, or else my opponent like might move an extra d6 inches on their turn and just like blow the whole game open.
Oops.
What timeline is that?
3 point.
Yeah, right.
Either way, not great. So yeah, that was just miserable. I mean, the thing about the secret missions, right, is while they could also be pretty impactful for who won a game, right, just 20 points. First off, if they were going second, it's generally when you saw those cards come up, right? And also, they'd only give you 5 points, because if you're going to get a 15 on primary, if you get a 20 on secret missions, that's only 5 points. It's not it's not quite as big as like challenger cards, which are 3 points every turn they're active. And once your opponent starts getting them, they generally don't stop.
The argument of like having them as a tertiary scoring system is part of the problem, not really like the challenger cards itself. Secret mission was part of the primary, right? Am I being crazy? Do you think terrain is fixed go first, so we should get normal bottom of 5 scoring? Terrain has definitely helped the go first issue. Go first is like bad, you know. Going first is like the worst part of 40k. Like you can, like I've said before, like statistically, if you look at all of your games, I imagine going first is much worse for going second. So you statistically lose a lot more just for rolling higher than your opponent in the first dice roll or the first dice of the game post deployment. So yeah, but then it's like you still got to show your hand first. So you kind of at like a disadvantage. So a lot of time, yeah, like scoring at the bottom of turn 5 is just a weird one now. The reason it's still needed is because the opponent who goes first, who shows their hands first, goes and stands on all the objectives first.
So there's that. And it only came up once in every like 8 to 10 games, right?
Yeah, it was pretty rare, honestly.
Pretty rare.
Except at one point, there was, I can't remember what section of challenge or secret missions was really quite strong. There was like 3 months where secret missions were like crazy. I think it was the first 3 months they were out, right?
Yeah, there was
Thousand Suns in particular have used them.
You get in your opponent's deployment zone is a problem.
The amount of games I put Magnus on my opponent's home field after moving 32 inches was like too much, right?
Yeah, so, but it didn't come up every game.
I meant to pause. It's like their entire argument is like, why don't I their entire argument is like, I don't like randomness because secondaries I know, but challenger cards are even more random, you know, in a game with dice. It's like the entire argument is like, oh, I couldn't predict this because they drew a extra d6 movement, and that's kind of what challenger cards were trying to promote, is like a little bit more randomness, a little bit less control of like we were talking about the other day, a lot of games of 40k are like quite televised. Like you can just look at the game state and go, this is what's going to happen now. And challenger cards added some randomness, and they added a little bit of chaos. You know, what's a little bit of chaos is a treat, in my opinion. So it's like disappointing to hear to like go, oh look, I don't like this because it added some random in and I couldn't calculate it. You know, and it's like, oh, it's just like, I don't know if the word's misguided anymore. I just think it's stubbornness, you know, which is their opinion. I'm entitled to mine. They're entitled to theirs. Don't get me wrong. I disagree with their opinion. I think opposite. But in the game state we live in now, we don't have that option anymore, you know. I think there is random and random. What do you mean?
It
You did not come up every game.
It
Yeah.
came up by the end of it. It came up like once every like 10 games.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
But challenger
It's
cards.
like they're saying like secret missions are fine because it only comes up 1 in 10 games, but it's like, well, that means that's a rubbish mechanic because it just never comes up.
It came up
Every game.
every single game I played.
Yeah.
I hated those stupid things. By the end, I was so ready for them to be done, man. I was so ready. And I was playing an army by the end of it. Eldar manipulates challenger cards. So good.
It does remit them really well. I think that's like the big issue with it is that there were several moments where you could be losing the game and still just winning on like, and you get a challenger card and you get stronger and stronger and stronger while like at the same time just beating up your opponent. And that just felt terrible. I really felt this difference at Crucible this last weekend where I was like, man, there's no catch-up mechanic in the game at all right now.
Yeah. Which
Like
is
this is
fine.
the first time in a long time that it's been like that, which is really nice, right? I think we had 3 months in the past year where like the secret missions were really bad or there was just like no mechanic at all. I can't remember exactly. And then we got challenger cards right after that. So I think the game's in a much better place at the moment because of this. This is going to feel a lot better at your tournaments. It's going to feel a lot better at team events. Like you don't have to worry about challenger cards. You don't have to like do the mini game in your head anymore. I feel like we're back to some good.
Isn't that part of the fun though? You know what I mean? Oh, it's just like every game that they've played, Mario Kart is a perfect example, has a catch-up mechanic. If you pull too far ahead, then it gives the people losing a little catch-up mechanic. Now, we have a mini catch-up mechanic of going second. That's the part of the problem. But to say, oh, it came up in every game, it was so annoying, just shows that it was actually quite an interesting mechanic in how it worked. And then complaining that secret missions were absolutely busted. Razio, welcome back to the Parasocial gang, my dude. Appreciate you. What a fucking boy. Be like Razio. What a fucking boy, dude. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yeah, like fucking fucking saying, oh, secret missions are really broken, and then they went down to like 1 in 10 games, but challenger cards are broken, I'm so glad they're gone. It's like, well, they've not really had much time to develop, they've not had time to errata them, they've not had time to think about anything, because everyone's just been like, no, I hate this is the big shit. You know? It's like wait a minute. Are you beating some Cloud? Stop eating my bases. She's eating my bag of bases. To like give no time, no freedom, no time to cook, you know what I mean? For like challenger cards, it's just like, oh, they're shit, get rid of them. They came up in every single game. I hated it. Secondaries come up in every single game and they're random. We draw from a random deck. Can you believe? Everything about that tech is so incredibly toxic, it's unreal. Yeah, it's just like, oh, I can't believe I had to do a minigame. Like, half of 40k is a minigame. No, what they're saying is like, we can predict the game looking at the armies, we can't predict the game looking at challenger cards. These guys definitely use fixed secondaries. I like that. That's like an insult. Guys, thank you for the 62 months, dude. Thank you for the 62 months. Appreciate you.
All trade celebrates
Parasocial tier as well.
Teams like Art of War are the worst thing to happen to 40k. Hot take, I know.
Bro, we're not doing hot takes today. That was Monday. Thank you for the 62 months. I don't think they're the worst thing. It's just, yeah, the opinion comes across as very like entitled. There's like not, I don't know if entitlement, but it's kind of like that sort of vibe. you know. Yo, Dan Elliott, thanks for the 13 months. Appreciate you. 13, unlucky for not me, bro. No, you are quite unlucky, I think. You're watching this stream and you're paying for it. Yikes.
Celebrates 13 months of membership. 13. Unlucky for not me, bro.
Not me, bro. Just the opening statement of catcher mechanics. So little Johnny still feels like he has a chance. He's so condescending. Yeah, it's very, very condescending. And I think the argument of like challenges don't work in teams is the dumbest argument ever. Because 40k isn't written for teams. 40k scoring system isn't written down for teams, you know? If you're like, well, challenger card ruins team scoring for my 20-0s and my 91s, it's like, shut up. That you're playing a made-up version of 40k. Whilst I love teams, I think teams events are very fun, the scoring system is made up, you know? So just remove challenger cards if that much of a problem. Or change the difference that they score. Don't change the entire game because they don't work in your made-up scoring system.
Good old 40k.
Yep, I played a game recently. I didn't have that. Well, I had the little itch in my head saying don't score too much, and I was like, oh wait, no, it doesn't. It doesn't matter. I can just score the cards I can score. And I mean, I'm not saying that there shouldn't be some.
I wonder if they got into their head so much about challenger cards. About challenger cards. They were like, well, I can't let my opponent ever get a challenger card. So then they kept the games really tight so they could never get a challenger card. They're lost at the end. Whereas if they just scored all of the points and pulled so far ahead that challenger cards don't come into it. Nick, thanks for 34 months.
Celebrates 34 months of membership. I get the impression they think their opinion is fact. It speaks bad of them. They cannot plan or adapt in response to one challenger card. Pathetic.
Thank you for the 34 months, dude. Really appreciate it. Yeah, it's just like I'm always happy to like give ground if I have an opinion, you know what I mean? But this is like, yeah, it's just like, no, we were right, that's why they banned them.
Some kind of mechanic to offset the variance of cards. I think cards have their own issues, but generally it's been smoothed out.
Yep, I would agree. I think the deck is mostly fine.
The deck's mostly fine, but that's not what challenger cards were. Challenger cards were not in place to do that. I think that's just reading into it what you want to see. It's ascribing to that mechanic something that you want it to be there for that reason, but it wasn't. I think if they want to do that, which again, I don't think is what they were doing, they could just do something like, hey, if you're down by a certain amount on secondary points, you just like draw 3 cards, discard 1, which I think would be fine if that's the goal. But if your goal is to make sure that everybody always feels like they're in the game, maybe make it like 20 points, man. Something where you are not coming back.
That was my big issue with challenger cards, the 6-point threshold. I think challenger cards, if we had seen, say, like a 20-point threshold, would have like not really mattered.
They wouldn't have really mattered, but there also isn't like an affirmative case.
We should make challenger cards 20-point different. So then if they draw them, it doesn't matter. Oh my goodness. What does that mean? What would that achieve, Jack? We should make it if the person is losing 100 to 10, they can draw challenge cards and score 2 points because, you know, at least it doesn't matter. I think you're failing to understand the point of challenger cards was when things are close, it's supposed to keep it tense. And then when you are falling so far behind, you still having something to play for. Rather than having a close game but getting screwed on secondaries, they essentially let you draw 3. And you can score more points that way. Do you think they listen back to what they've said and just die of cringe? No, this is a one-take handy. This is unscripted, 40-minute one-take. Are they annoyed because the catch-up mechanic was actually letting people catch up? Yeah, literally. I hate the fact that challenger cards challenge me. I think they should be less challenging.
It's for them being in the game, I think, on a competitive
Nope,
level.
I don't think so either. I think they just shouldn't exist. We've moved on from them.
And I feel much better for it.
I'm much better for it.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna wrap up all our changes today.
It was a pretty impactful slate.
Yeah.
The game.
That was hilarious. That was actually hilarious. The fucking audacity. Some of this shit coming out of their mouth was fucking class. You know, challenger cards is catch-up mechanic that keeps the games tense and keeps people scoring. I think we should make it like 20 points, so it don't matter. That'd be so much better. Like, what are you saying, bro? What are you saying? Fucking either say you hate challenger cards or just say you hate catch-up mechanics. Like, even though everything has catch-up mechanics, everything that you've ever played has catch-up mechanics. You know? The doubling down of the end of we moved on from them. Now, I hope Games Workshop bring them back in 3 months. Next Balanced Data Slate, remove that line banning challenger cards. I think that'd be the funniest shit they could do. And then I can just re-upload all my videos saying everyone's fucking dumb. Anyway, chat. My hair's a mess. What's going on? What's going on? I'm balding again. It's all flicking to one side. There we go. I think a catch-up mechanic is a good idea, but it shouldn't be used to catch up in the game. Yeah, literally. Grimslayer, thanks for the 49 months. Oh dear.
Member, Grimslayer celebrates 49 months
Thank
of
you.
membership. Please take microphones away from 2 men sitting in a room. We don't need this mini monotone podcast.
Fuck. Am I part of the problem, Grimslayer? Because I'm a dude in a room with a microphone. I'm half of what you hate. You know? I'm like half of what you hate. Thank you for the 49 months. God. Yeah, it's fucking... I love listening to videos where it's just people going, you know what, we were so right. And it's like, yes, girl, you were right. But it's not girl. It's just man. I did specify 2 men in a room, so I specified so you would be excluded. Thank you, Grimslayer. Another white boy with a podcast. Yeah, I'm going to start a podcast with 3 men in a room. You know? I'm going to start a podcast with 3 men in a room. Just to keep it exciting, you know what I mean? And you should start a podcast with a disgraced YouTuber to talk about whether you should. I have no idea what that means. Right, chat. We are well and truly fucked. Society, chat. It's time. There's some interesting stories coming out. On the old x.com, Twitter. Chat, have you ever thought about, you know where like people say the old saying of like, remember that lore podcast you did 1 episode for? That was 3 men in a room. That was 3 men in 3 different rooms because it was over Discord. But yes, I do remember. Throwbacks to it. You're probably one of the only people here that don't remember that. Chat, you know when people say things it's expensive? In Yorkshire, you say it's going to cost an arm and a leg. You know what I mean? To get your point across that something's well expensive, it's like you're going to have to give up body parts to like have this. You know? Have you heard that saying before? Cost an arm and a leg. It's a good one. You know? Us Yorkshiremen say, how much? Like that. And then others say, bloody hell, that's expensive. I bet that cost an arm and a leg. Well, what about if it just cost a finger? Because the new Samsung Galaxy Ring has a battery in it, which one this person started swelling just before they were about to get on a flight. It'll cost the shirt of your back. That's a new one. I've not heard that one before. So this is a man who's about to board a flight who has a smart ring. A Samsung Ring. I've not even heard of this. I don't even know what it is. I don't know what it does. What does we should probably find out what the Samsung Smart Ring does. What does it do? It is £400. AI-powered health. Oh, God. It's always AI in it. It's always AI. Durable titanium frame. AI-powered health experience. Health monitoring with 3 sensor technology. Thin, light, and sleek. It looks sleek as fuck on this bloke's finger. So all it does is tell you about your fitness and stuff. Why would I want this? Discover your sleep animal. My goodness. It comes in a nice box. I like the box. It makes you invisible and lets you crush the will of others if you claim it like a Dark Lord. That's fucking... That'd be sick. Oh, that's the charger as well. Alright, that's pretty slick. I think it looks nice, but I don't know why I'd need it. You know what I mean? Whoa, it's a waterproof. Why do you need it? So you can have a lithium battery wrapped around your finger, yeah, that's slowly expanding because lithium batteries are really, really dangerous, chat. We all carry one in our pocket there. We all carry a lithium battery in our pocket and they're exceptionally dangerous. I don't know if you knew, but this is a lithium battery that you carry in your pocket. This is an expanded lithium battery. As you can see, it's ballooned a little bit.
And see what happens to it. Gave out a little smoke.
They stabbed it with a screw. Cat, this is in your pocket, by the way. This is in every piece of technology we use today. And like, having one in your pocket is pretty dangerous.
Lithium polymer battery. Lithium ion battery.
Because it reacts with oxygen, which is very funny. But why don't I wrap one around my finger instead? Wrap one around my finger. Close up, you can see the battery expanding. Not great for something that's now stuck on my finger. It's always jamming in my pocket with my with that. At least my phone is at least about it. I'm just letting you know that it's in your pocket. So it looks pretty spooky. But he was about to board a flight, and I think he got kicked off the flight, if I remember correctly. Update, I was denied boarding due to this. Been traveling 47 hours straight, so that is really nice. Need to pay for a hotel for the night and now get back home tomorrow. We're sent to hospital's emergency. Ring got removed. You can see the battery all swelling. Won't be wearing a smart ring ever again. Look at the fucking state of it. Chat, I don't think you understand. It's reacting with air. So if you crack the lithium battery, let's say, I don't know, you get it stuck between you and something. It's like, that's the battery pierced. It'll set on fire. Just letting you know. Just be careful. Look at the fucking state of it, bro. What a mess. What a mess. So anyway, watch out for these things. Finally got home. Sankerson reached out for me. Refunded my overnight hotel. Booked me a car to get me home this morning. Collected the ring from me for further investigation. Great job on accepting all of that, dude. You can't sue them anymore. Because they gave you something. You accepted it. But that's the ring afterwards. And that's his fucking finger. What a mess, bro. The thing is with it is like, you're all saying, oh, I won't stab my phone. If he had that on his finger and it got so bad they wouldn't be able to cut it off. They wouldn't be able to cut it off because it has a battery in it which would then set on fire. You know, they'd have to cut around the battery. which is the thing that is expanding onto his finger. Real big, my Cybertruck exploded and killed my family. Love the truck though. Yeah, literally. %, that guy's trying to put that thing on his little gentleman. Brilliant. Brilliant. The longer it goes, the better it... This is the stupidest technology, yeah. Just 3 hours later, he's tweeting about iPads. Right, okay. Okay. Clearly enjoying his life. His newfound life. But that's the thing. It's like shit like that. It's like if it gets stuck, you fucked it. Because it's like, what are you going to do? Cut it off? You can't. It's dumb. It's awful. It's a dumb piece of technology. And it's just like, why are we wrapping lithium batteries around our fucking fingers, bro? So this is what those burning ring memes are about. No, it wasn't about a curry. It was about a smart ring. The salesman got him like, well, do you want a smartwatch, but worse? Yeah, you can't even see anything. It's not even got a screen. It's not a touchpad or anything. What are you going to do? I've got a ring on. Look, it tells me about my heart rate. Shows my watch. Shows my fucking £3 heart rate monitor. God. Anyway, we fucked because we think it's cool to wear smartwatches and lithium batteries around our fingers. But the title... I wonder if he was taking Tylenol before putting on the ring. Fuck, okay. Chat, we are incredibly fucked, okay? We are incredibly fucked. And this is why. It's about AI. I'm sorry. We're talking about AI again.
One year ago, Sora 1
With the
redefined
fucking quality, bro. 720 my fucking ass.
what was possible with moving images. Today, we're announcing the Sora app, powered by the all-new
Okay, we got to watch this in actual high quality. If they have it. If such a thing works. Are they actually... Yeah, they have.
1 year ago, Sora 1 redefined what was possible with moving images. Today, we're announcing the Sora app, powered by the all-new Sora 2.
Chat. This is AI. This video is AI. If I didn't see this bit, I honestly wouldn't be able to tell you. I would be able to say.
1 year ago, Sora 1 redefined what was possible with moving images. Today, we're announcing the Sora app, powered by the all-new Sora 2.
His voice sounds just crackly, you know what I mean? It sounds like bad audio, which happens quite a lot when you end up watching videos on like Twitter, for example.
New Sora 2.
It's the most powerful imagination engine ever built. And it's packed with new features. I'll pass it to Bill for more details.
Now every video comes with sound.
Sora 2 is also the state-of-the-art for motion, physics IQ, and body mechanics, marking a giant leap forward in realism.
I know a lot of you are like, yeah, his mouth is on, it's just above something going near the corner of his cheek. But if you didn't know it was AI, would you have been able to spot it? You know what I mean?
Today, we're announcing the Sora app.
Would you be able to notice it if you wasn't told at the start?
And body mechanics, marking a giant leap forward in realism.
Like, would you be able to tell? Not really.
And we're introducing Cameo, giving you the power to step into any world or scene and letting your friends cast you in theirs.
On the path to AGI, the gains aren't just about productivity. It's about creating new possibilities.
It's also about creativity and joy. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Quick count how many fingers they have. They definitely have 5.
That's why we're launching Sora 2 inside the Sora app, allowing everyone to push the limits of their imagination and create in ways we never thought possible.
Like, again, all I'm going to say is, like, we know it's AI. But would you know it was AI if we didn't know it was AI in the first place? Would you be able to spot it? And I'm just a bit like, no. Even me, I'm like, holy fucking shit. So that's where we're at. Chat, that's where we're at right now. Once we were Will Smith eating spaghetti. Then we were Sora 1 with like, oh my god, this looks quite scary. To then we were at Google VO where we were like, holy shit, this old man on a boat with some water looked pretty good. And now we're at like this, you know what I mean?
And it's packed with new features.
Maybe not that shot.
I'll pass it to Bill
that
for
one.
more details.
Or that one. Or this one. But like this one.
Sora 1 redefined what was possible with moving images. Today, we're announcing the Sora app, powered by the all-new Sora 2.
I wouldn't know that's not Sam Altman talking, you know? I wouldn't fucking know. And this is where we're fucking at right now. This is where we're at. Is fucking... This is Sora 2. And they're launching an app. They're launching an AI slop app. Do you remember that mock beer advert from years ago where they're eating beer cans like hot dogs? I miss those AI days. Yeah, I miss those too. And it's just like, oh yeah, we're here for creativity. But it's like, are you though? What about this is creative? What about this is creative? This is the opposite of creative. It's soulless. Anyway, they've already using it for copyright theft.
All right, ring light on.
They're already using it for copyright theft.
This reminds me of that time I posted AI slop on TikTok. All right, ring light on, and boom, spaghetti face. Ha, they hate it. Perfect. Yep.
That's made with Sora, that entire bit. That entire bit is made with Sora. Can't wait for even more Warhammer lore slop channel. To bring it back to Warhammer, yeah, this is just fucking more lore slop. You know? Yeah, here for someone else's creativity, regurgitating into people's mouths like birds. Yeah, literally. But, like, for example, this is Sora 1. This is when we were like, holy shit, this is a bit spooky. You know? We were like, haha, look how weird their arms are. And look how they move, it's so weird. And how did that net move randomly like that? You know? To be fair, it's very unfunny, so it could be a real Family Guy scene. Lots of three-fingered people playing volleyball. Yeah, you look at this and you go, this is AI. You know? Okay, this was Sora 1. This is Sora 2. This is what's just been released.
I'm on it. Set. Go. Ah, close. Nice swing. Point. Good job, y'all. Mine. Got it. Up.
Cover middle. Outside.
I'm on it.
This is the exact same prompt, by the way. A group of people playing volleyball. It's the same prompt on both.
Close. Nice swing. Point. Good job, y'all.
The thing that's scary, I think, it's even got like the natural camera shake of someone filming. You know, like look at this. This is just like, what is this angle? What's going on? It's a shit POV and everyone's fucking crazy. You know? And then this one, like I said, like it's got like, you can see like the camera shake. You know what I mean? Like look at the corner. You can see that it's like someone's holding a camera.
Good job, y'all. Mine. Got it.
And again, you can't see any faces, so it doesn't need to worry about it. And it's just like, this is AI.
Go.
And again, if you didn't know it was AI, what about this would you look at to be like, holy shit, that's AI? And then like Nick said, the only side is how crap they are playing. And it's a bit one-sided as well. It's 4 against 2. That's a bit crazy.
I'm on it. Set. Go. Close. Nice swing. Point. Good job, y'all.
It still fucks up at the end. What do you mean? By missing the ball? Isn't that very natural?
Good job, y'all. Mine.
Except for her hands disappear, I guess, but the sand doesn't change.
Go.
It does.
Close. Nice.
Look at that guy with the blue shorts.
Go.
The move changes fine.
Close. Nice swing. Point. Good job, y'all. Mine. Got it. Up.
Cover middle. Outside.
I'm on it. Set. Go. Close. Nice swing. Point. Good job, y'all. Mine. Got it.
The bounce and sound isn't right when the point is scored. Like I said, we pick it on ever so minor things, but if you didn't know it was AI, would you know? You know, would you notice?
Point. Good job, y'all. Mine. Got it. Up.
Cover middle. Outside.
Everyone's saying that the sand doesn't change. I think that's incorrect. Watch the guy in the blue shorts' feet, right? There's no pits where his feet are. And then he lands. It does look a bit weird because we're hyper-analyzing it. And then he lifts up his feet. That sand has changed. That sand's different. You know, especially his left foot. Doesn't always do it. The woman at the end sinks into the sand. But not really, though. Arguably a tiny bit. There's more as well. Skateboarder does a kickflip. Sora 1. Again, this was like, oh my god, this is quite scary. Wow, that was quite scary, wasn't it, Chad? Look at the board disappear. Haha, cringe. Same prompt. This is AI, this is not real. I just don't think we're ready for shit like this. We already weren't ready for fucking kickflip skateboard disappear, like, transforms mid-flight. You know what I mean? A gymnast flips balance on a balance beam. This is quite funny. And then Sora 2. Chat, this isn't real. None of that was real. Don't say, oh, a foot slightly bounces off. I've seen that in gymnasts all the time. That's the same. It's none of it's real. It just feels like we're just watching a video. I'm not ready, and I'm like quite savvy. I'm quite tech savvy. I've been following AI for a long time. We are literally fucked. Dalmatian definitely walks, runs, and hops his way through a complex obstacle course in Verano, Italy. Why did I say it like that? A Dalmatian definitely walks, runs, and hops his way through a complex obstacle course in Burano in Italy. Imagine all this context in the next general election. Yeah. It's absolutely horrifying. I think this shit is absolutely horrifying. Like I said, we're watching this with the context of, hey, this is old AI, this is new AI. But it's like, if you're just like scrolling TikTok, you're scrolling Instagram Reels, you're just watching a quick YouTube clip. I honestly think we're fucked. I honestly think this is fucking awful. It's absolutely horrifying. Just thinking of the fucking...
Let's show them what
Peter Griffin remembers about January 6th. Let's have a look.
This reminds me of that time I rioted on January 6th. Woo! Let's show them what democracy looks like in cargo shorts. Ow! Right in the democracy! For the record, I thought this was a tour where you bring your own stat. This reminds me of that time...
Fuck. Oh my god. Oh no, bro. Family Guy, but it's an analog horror.
We thought you'd left us.
Why did you come back?
Is watching. Laugh.
This is fucking open AI watching you in your camera while you're watching Sora TikToks. Laugh. We'll say you could fake stuff before, but it's much easier now. That's the thing. On one hand, very fascinating technology. You can't deny it's very fascinating technology. There's kind of a reason I keep coming back to it. But on the other hand, I hate scammers. I hate people who scam. The type of people that like fucking do this shit is disgusting. And we've seen it over and over again. Think back to the very funny Willy Wonka show, which was all made up with AI and it looked awful. If he did that today, the website would look even better. He would have had more people turn up and it would have been fucking even more of a scam. You know what I mean? Because, like, it's fucking... It'll just look even better. It'll look even more believable. And the only change is that the technology's got worse. Or, like, better, as it were. Worse for scamming. Better for scamming. God! Worse for people to be scammed. But there was another one. And it was like... One sec. Let me see if I can find it. For example... You know, this could be used for anything. As just a quick example, you know, this is one of the OpenAI staff members. This is a video of Sam Altman stealing GPUs from Target.
Please, I really need this for Sora inference. This video is too good. Please, I really need this for Sora inference. This video is too good.
So it's like a phone filming a security screen, you know, of him shoplifting or trying to shoplift. You know, I mean, it's a very bad, it's not done great, but it's probably a very basic prompt of like Sam Altman takes a GPU, gets stopped by security or whatever. I don't know. And they spelled security right, which is a big tell of just how far this has come. They spelled graphics card wrong. Graphics cards. But would you notice if someone was like, oh, I'm going to send, I don't know, I can't think of like a shit example with this one. You know, but like, if this is being used now to be like, haha, Sam Altman stealing graphics card, what about, I don't know, Prime Minister in funky position with a pig, you know, that made up story that you had once upon a time. And then that video goes out and it's like, it's not real, but it kind of looks a bit real, and then people will see it and be like, huh, look like he shagged a pig, you know? How weird. And it's like, those sorts of examples of like, people only need to hear it once. We already have it with politicians right now, We already have it with politicians right now of saying something that is a lie, and then people take it verbatim. You know what I mean? Especially the US, it's fucked over there. But like they pick it up and they take it verbatim, and it's like, oh, that's true. Imagine if they had a video to go with it as well. You wouldn't be able to talk them out of it. And then every time they see something that is wrong, but you're like, hey, bro, that's not real. It's AI. You'd be like, well, it's everything's AI. You know, that's all you're just going to get back. Mikey defending David Cameron is not the take I thought I'd see today. I wasn't defending David Cameron. I wasn't defending David Cameron, you know. I'm protecting myself, bro. Or there's actual footage of pig shagging. It gets denied as AI. Exactly, Jez. The complete opposite way of like, oh, that's not real, you know? This video that is real, that puts me in a predicament, is not real. It just fucking scares me, bro. Do you share gardeners with David? Fuck off, bro. But this is where we're at, by the way. Meta launched Vibes, which is an AI video feed, and then a week later, OpenAI has introduced Sora 2, an AI video feed. So Google will obviously follow, and then we're going to get Vine 2. With all just like Elon's anime girlfriend. Just random, like, constant feeds of it. Of her in different positions, I imagine. It's the perfect storm of AI becoming hard to disprove and legitimate journalistic outlets being torn to pieces by bad faith actors. It's going to really fuck things up. Yeah. Yeah. But this is where we're at. This is the next step, you know what I mean? It's just like, it's just horrifying. It's just horrifying. The only good part of the good news about this, you know, the only good news about this, okay, is the signs of what's happening. Okay? The signs of what's happening. Because the other day, something interesting quite happened, okay? A little bit of potential signs of good news. There is no good news on this, I'm afraid, just yet. But there is like signs of good news, okay? So, if you didn't know, OpenAI are the ones who just made Sora. They're the guys who run ChatGPT, okay? Now, they actually have openly said, Sam Altman, the CEO, who's the guy from that video sitting in the thumbnail, has said multiple times that, like, OpenAI is actively losing money, okay? That is just like, OpenAI and ChatGPT and Sora doesn't make any money, or it makes a very small amount of money, but it's costing them way more to actually run the company, okay? So, and the problem is OpenAI is like, because of the fact that they are the market leaders in AI, and everybody's trying to be the market leader in AI until we get AGI, which is, I can't remember what it stands for, but essentially AGI over AI is like when AI is smarter than humans, okay? It's like to become super smart. AGI, Artificial General Intelligence, AGI. So essentially the idea is they want to go from AI to AGI, which is what he mentioned in the thing. And the stepping stones of doing that is like Sora 2, okay? So their whole plan is to make AI smarter than humans, so then they can do all the good stuff like cure cancer that they've been supposedly doing. But on the way, they're going to destroy everything that, like, you know, normal humans hold dear, like art and creativity. However, okay, however, the only thing we can think of is OpenAI is actively losing money, okay? It shits money like left, right, and center because it uses so much shit. It uses so much electricity, etc. Now, Nvidia, the company that makes GPUs for games, haha, remember when they used to do that? The most valuable company on the planet, Nvidia, makes GPUs which are then used for artificial intelligence, okay? And they invested 100 billion to open AI in phases. So they're not going to give it all straight away, but they have invested 100 billion into open AI, okay? So if I can write this down for you, okay, is that we have, one sec. We have, at the top, we have open AI, okay? I should have just used the logo, shouldn't I? 1 second. 1 sec. Bam. There we go. Sorry, bam. So we have OpenAI, okay. And then we've had NVIDIA, haha, gamers. All right. NVIDIA has invested a bunch of money into them, okay? So they've invested 100 billies with a B, okay? And now this is what AI can never replicate, Maggie's paint skills. They're trying to try and take it from me, okay? So NVIDIA, the company that makes GPUs, has invested 100 billion into OpenAI, okay? Now, just got to remember the name of the company. 1 second. That was it. That was it. Now, what the thing is with it is the reason that OpenAI is spending so much money is because they need to spend it on GPUs. But they actually don't spend it on GPUs. What they spend it on is data centers, okay? The data center that the AI is like using to process, okay? So like they have like centers, we know all these things, but just like farms of GPUs to do all the processing. But OpenAI doesn't actually doesn't actually own data centers. What they do is they build and rent them from a company named Oracle, okay? So there's a company named Oracle, which has just had a huge market valuation increase due to the fact that OpenAI are going to be investing in them, you know? So they build state-of-the-art data centers. This is their website, you know. They get comprehensive AI services and state-of-the-art generative AI innovations on our data platform and in our cloud applications, all on a best-in-class AI infrastructure. Okay, so this is a company that just builds data centers. They build the buildings that have all of this shit in. Okay. I was trying to find a picture of them like with a big logo, but there we go. So what they do, they build the data centers. So what happens is this 100 billion, okay, ends up being spent this way, okay? So OpenAI spends all of their money on data centers because with data centers, they can have cleaner outputs. They can run ChatGPT. They can run OpenAI, you know? And they won't invest 100 billion, but they'll invest like, I don't know, 80 or 90 billion because we need some money to like innovate in the company. They need wages, etc. So we'll send 90 this way, 90 billion this way. Okay. Now Oracle, okay, is a company that builds data centers, and outside of like bricks, mortar, you know, infrastructure for the actual building, what is in data centers? That's right, chat. GPUs. So Oracle then spends all of their money to build the data center at NVIDIA. And they spend, I don't know, 50 billion or something. 50B. They build the data centers, they charge rent, etc. So what's happening is, and I can't take all of the credit for this, shout out to Big A, the NVIDIA invests loads of money into OpenAI. OpenAI invests loads of money into Oracle. And then as Oracle grows, it invests loads of money into NVIDIA. Okay. Now, this tactic has been seen before in the dot-com bubble of the early 2000s, you know, where we saw companies investing in each other to try and, like, keep their companies going. For example, when they were trying to get like people to buy cars and people couldn't afford to buy cars, the car company would loan people money to buy the car, you know. So we're in a similar example where Nvidia is loaning money to OpenAI to spend on Oracle, which is then going back to Nvidia. And this according to like financial experts, and it's it's essentially a sign of like times are tough, and maybe these companies won't be able to do this forever, you know. Mikey, that's called multiplier effect. It's a pillar of capitalism and circular flow model. But it's also a negative sign of maybe this can't keep going forever, because eventually one of these is going to stop, you know? One of these companies will struggle, you know? OpenAI might have to spend too much on research and innovation, so they don't quite send as much to Oracle. And then Oracle isn't spending as much, so they're not buying as much to Nvidia, so then Nvidia has less to invest into OpenAI, you know? So our only saving grace is if this fucks up, which, you know, financial experts say it probably will. If this fucks up and all goes tits up, maybe we'll see a big fuck up of all these AI data centers, you know, and we'll see fucking AI slow down and stop taking over. Will that actually happen? I don't fucking know, but I can fucking hope and pray, you know. No, I've had assurances from the companies that infinite money, infinite growth for every sustainable business model is fine. Yay, wealthy idiots are burning their cash so incels can generate an AI woman who will reject them. What a magical time to be alive. Yeah, that's literally where we're at. That is the only saving grace, chat, is if this fucks up and doesn't work, one of them will crumble, you know? And we can just hope that that's sooner rather than fucking later, because Jesus Christ. So there you go. There's your update about AI this morning. There's your update about AI. It is fucked. We are completely cocked. We can just hope that everyone cocks up somewhere. Anyway, chat, I'm really thirsty. If it happens, renting game servers will never be cheaper. Yeah. Maybe they'll develop a challenge AI system so they catch up if others fall behind. Yes, exactly. Chat, we're on Blue Ice today. !G Fuel in chat if you haven't already. Have you heard about this thing called Bitcoin? People buy pizza with it. Yeah. You see that guy who like chucked away the equivalent of like billions of dollars in Bitcoin into the bin has given up. He's been searching for like 20 years or something. He's given up because he can't find the hard drive. The Jurassic Park quote comes to mind. Which one? My phone. I lost that earlier. Or life finds a way. Is he still trying to sue the British government? Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know he was trying to sue the British government. If he found the hard drive, the entire Bitcoin would crash in value. Yeah. Yeah, true. Sorry, mate. The cup is covered in condensation because I've had ice in it while I've been chatting. So yeah, anyway, we're completely fucked. Anyway, enjoy Blue Ice while you can, because you're not able to enjoy many things for much longer. So !G Fuel in chat. Beautiful. And also, if you want to support the channel, you can become a member if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. We've had a few resubs. No new members today. Absolute cringe lords. You can super chat, but you can also buy models using !Outpost. Every time you buy something, I get a little kickback, which converts into a little voucher that I can then go spend on more Warhammer. And I love buying Warhammer, and you love buying Warhammer. So maybe you could buy Warhammer so I can buy Warhammer. Maybe you can consider that. That'd be really cool. We were so preoccupied whether we could, whether or not they could, they didn't stop thinking if they should. Yeah, it's true. I'm such a cringe lord. I'm considered by new army. Bro, we need to have a game. I'm actually better now, and now you're not ill. Now you're not off, but I'm not ill, so. The crypto on his laptop hard drive is theoretically buried in a landfill in Wales, and he attempted to sue the council over it. Hasn't he just been digging there for years? They're just like gone, yeah, go for it. I have an Outpost order being sent out today. Oh, amazing. What did you order? Hope it was something good. Hope it was something good, bruv. Yo, Jace, dude. Jace, holy shit. Thank you for the 5 gifted.
Gifted members.
Holy shit, bud. What a legend. What a fucking legend, dude. Make sure you say thank you. We've just received a membership from Jace, including Montenary Q. his membership must have crashed out. Dude, thank you so much for the 5 gifted. That's super kind of you. That's super kind of you. What a fucking legend, dude. If we hit 20 new members today, I'll give away 50 quid. Are you kidding? I gifted Merc. That's true. It's true. Go and tell him off. Go and tell him off. Going to re-up his sub now. Getting in under the price increase, which comes at the end of this week. Some more vampire counts for all Wales, some world eaters, and the one Phoenix Lord I'm missing. Oh yeah, that's true. The price rise for GW ends this week. Oh, goes up this week. So exclamation point Outpost. Grab your orders before the price goes up, because they'll honor the prices when it's ordered. Good shout. Good shout, Nick. That's a good point. Yeah, everything's fucking going up again, isn't it? Oh, fucking hell. Chat, what I need to buy. What I need to buy before the end of the week. A new Night Defender. A Night Defender, because they're going to be like £700 as of next week. I do it Saturday, Friday. It's going up the 4th, I think. So Saturday. Blood Angel's Terminator kit before it goes away. Nah. Don't need that kit. It's old as fuck. I'm still waiting for new Deathwatch. Yeah, the date she hasn't come out yet. Yikes. Anyway, Stu just sent me a video.
I don't cry anymore.
Of I live next to Amazon's largest data center. They're stealing our water. Yikes. And by tomorrow Friday I get paid. Yeah, good idea, Britters. Make sure you use my link when you do. Right, there's a video that's called I live next to Amazon's largest data center. They're stealing our water.
Sure.
I'm just exhausted. I don't cry anymore.
Sure.
I'm just exhausted from it.
Every house requirement that they plot is leveled.
Joy and Jean Van Loo are a 5th-generation farming family in New Carlisle, Indiana, a small town with around 2,000 people in the northwestern part of the state. This is where Amazon is building their largest data center in America.
How's your water situation here?
Tainted. It tastes weird. It's just not the same.
Do you think it has to do with the data center?
That is a big fucking data center, isn't it? That is huge.
Construction?
Well, yeah, they have them 2 24-inch pipes pumping water across the street over here. They're dewatering, as they call it, so they can put the foundations in.
They went through this process called dewatering because of Amazon's data center construction, where they were actually removing groundwater that people rely on here for their drinking water. And this pond normally would be full up, but now you can see it's been vastly depleted. The Van Loo family owns over 200 acres, but their new neighbor will consume as much power as 1 million homes, guzzling millions of gallons of water from the Kankakee Aquifer to cool hundreds of thousands of computer chips. It will serve the AI startup Anthropic, which is working to create an AI system that matches the human brain. And Amazon is its largest financial backer.
You don't think you can win?
No.
What the fuck, bro? Some of them are the size of towns or small cities. Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Champion, they got better
It's
lawyers so
actually
we can get
wild.
hold of, and then the town of Nuclear threw us under the bus.
Still, a lot of dewatering going on, even though they've been told they're in violation.
But, like I say, we're a little fish in a big pond.
Little fish in a pond that's been sucked dry
Beat me too. I was going to say, pod's not that big anymore, is it?
by Amazon. Indiana is experiencing a data center invasion. 30 minutes away, another data center fight is unfolding.
I asked for you to show More Perfect Union's Wasteland tonight so that people can see with their eyes.
At this city council meeting in Michigan City, Indiana, resident Eileen Mark is asking city officials to play a More Perfect Union video we made a few months ago about Musk's XAI data center in Memphis.
Not once have they went to XAI to see that they had 35 gas turbines operating and polluting our air.
Why isn't this video being shown tonight?
The reason? The developers behind that XAI facility, Phoenix Investors, is now trying to secure a tax break for a new data center in this small Indiana town.
What is going
And the thing is with it is they love it. They're just like, oh, you can make us loads of money because AI. Right, yeah, have a tax break, but we'll make more taxes later. Oh, God. My friend's grandparents in Lancashire have been fighting a company for years who built a huge depot next door to their rural home, which wrecked the ecosystem of the land. I'm not fucking surprised, dude. It's just fucked.
on in Memphis? What Phoenix Investors has done in Memphis with their end user, tenant, Elon Musk. I didn't get even a response from you.
I came here in the middle of a fight between residents and local officials to witness it all play out in real time. The end user.
The fucking... That shot is just like... That shot's awful, isn't it? You know? Ugh.
It all play out in real time. The end user who would control the data center would also receive a massive tax break. Their identity is a secret.
This vote is about the future of Michigan City. And so we've just been pounding pavement, hitting every door we could. Have you heard about the data center coming?
Yeah, everybody concerned about it.
To alert residents.
If the data center gets built here, you want to move away?
We would want to move. I'm reading some of the effects with like the diabetes, the lack of sleep, how it can lead to all these different health effects.
And how much are you paying in your electric bills now compared to before?
My electric and gas bill was more than my car payment. I mean, it's insane to me.
Everything is coming down to tonight.
The thing is with it, it's very Ben Shapiro though, isn't it? It's like if, well, you'd want to move, and then the people in the data center be like, okay, move. And it's like, who are we going to sell them to? You know what I mean? People want to move away from data centers, but who wants to buy a house near a data center? You know what I mean? It's literally the fucking Ben Shapiro meme of like, move away from the coastline.
And whether or not the city is going to put the profit motive, put big tech over people.
The evidence is out there, and residents that live nearby these hyperscale data centers are sharing their stories. You can find them if you care to look.
These are just two of the data center battles taking place in Indiana.
What we're seeing in Indiana is a lot of data center development, over 30, maybe over 40 in some stage of development throughout our state for a variety of reasons.
Meta, Google, Microsoft, CoreWeave, and QTS, owned by Blackstone, are in the state too. I wanted to know why Indiana became such a hotspot for big tech and how billionaires.
It'd be fucking just cheap, that's why. Cheap. The thing is with America is the blessing and the curse of the US is cheap land because they have so much of it. Like the UK, there's shit that goes up, you know, and it's fucking awful, like we just mentioned. And there's like the high-speed rail, which is like just fucking tearing up land. But there's not that much spare land about, you know. They're trying to put shit like this up everywhere, but in the UK there's just not that much land about spare without like buying people out. Whereas in America they just go, oh yeah, there's a fucking desert over there, let's put one there. You know what I mean?
And the shell corporations they hide behind, seem to be winning so big in the Hoosier state.
Number one, we have an incredibly supportive policy at the state level. We have leadership, we have a supermajority, we have regulators who are all very, very supportive of attracting business in the state of Indiana.
Republicans hold 40 out of 50 seats in the state Senate, and 7.
That'll fucking do it. That'll fucking do it. You know what's cheaper than tax? Handing people money into their pocket. That's much cheaper anyway.
Out of 100 seats in the Indiana House of Representatives, including Senators Eric Koch and Edmund Soliday, who authored a bill allowing utility companies to pass along some of the cost of small modular nuclear reactors to its customers and keep coal plants online, all in support of AI data centers. We reached out to both lawmakers to ask for an on-camera interview, but received no response. But it was another bill, House Bill 1405, introduced in 2019 by Representative Martin Carbo, that laid the groundwork for the data center boom, providing sales and use tax exemptions for equipment purchased to build. And there's another reason why Indiana's towns and cities are feeling pressure to welcome data centers.
They're losing federal funding for certain programs and certain support. They're losing state funding for certain programs and certain support. Some of these local leaders are very concerned about the financial health and well-being of their local communities.
God. This is bad. This is awful, isn't it? And yeah, like, these things don't even create jobs, or not many. Like, there's a few people knocking about, but for the size of space it takes up and the energy it uses, there's, like, no jobs, you know? Unfortunately, this has all been quite an issue that no one takes seriously. It's a quiet problem because everyone is naive, misinformed. America is an obnoxious mess. Yeah, it's rough. It looks rough over there, dude. Definitely. The level of greed where one building requires a nuclear reactor to run. Yeah, nuclear reactor and a coal power generator. Maybe 5 years ago or so, Microsoft were trying the idea of sinking data centers into the ocean so they'd be able basically cook themselves and not need as much fresh water, etc. And then AI exploded. I think I remember that. I think I remember that, you know. But yeah, that was like a few years ago, and then it's been silent ever since. Because obviously they don't have the tech to do that yet.
But many residents and
But then, ironically, we're not just then cooking the ocean, you know. Microsoft chose Rapture. Are we not just then boiling the oceans? Isn't that also going to be a big issue?
Are adamant that data centers are not the answer to their economic woes. Organizers canvassed Michigan City neighborhoods just before the city council was about to meet for a final vote.
There are 9 counselors, so we are trying to play the numbers game and work as hard as we can, even within these final hours. This community has long suffered the impacts of coal pollution, of...
New idea, but I'm going to the one place that no longer has data centers. Spanish! If they build it, we'll die. It's a book talking about AI that came out recently. It talks about boiling the oceans. Yeah, yeah. AI is a diabolical tech. I swear I better not have to dig up Arnold Schwarzenegger at some point. Yeah, it's basically next week. Next week that's happened. Tim Curry was correct all along. Yeah, Tim Curry was on it, running. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're doing that anyway. Remember, in America, depending on who wins election, global warming may or may not exist. Oh, I saw a video on TikTok, right? Which I know doesn't set it up for much. But I saw a video on TikTok of, like, evangelicals, like, saying that global warming doesn't matter. And it made so much sense what he said. You know, like, there's been this meme of, like, everyone getting raptured soon. or like last week they were supposed to get raptured. You know, you probably didn't. If you didn't see, loads of like fucking crazy Christians in a cult on TikTok started talking about tips to rapture next week. You know, last week, whatever. But like, it made me realize, and another like someone else was like, I'm Christian, and this is the thing. Americans and like crazy Christians don't care about global warming, and they say it's not real because in their idea of the Bible is that they're going to get raptured anyway, and Earth will become hell anyway. So they don't care about global warming because it's like, in their eyes, that's what's supposed to happen because they're supposed to go to heaven, and Earth is going to become a hell state anyway, you know? So it's like, and then he said that, like, he explained it way better than I did. And I was just like, oh my goodness, that makes so much sense. They don't care about global warming. They don't care about the future because in their fucking fucked up brain, that they think that, well, they're going to leave the planet anyway because they're going to go to heaven. So it doesn't matter if Earth's fucked. That's the point. Earth's always destined to become fucked because it's destined to become a hell state. And it's like, holy fucking shit, that makes so much sense. That just makes so much sense. And I can't believe I didn't, like, clock that earlier. I felt dumb. I felt really dumb, but it was also like a glass shatter moment. And like, this is why these fucking crazy cult Americans are like fucking, you know, church with state, not church and state, are like, well, we don't care about global warming. We can just make all the money now and then take it with us in the rapture. Honestly, as a dink, I low-key struggle to care for some of the climate change stuff I believe is true anyway when people with kids or grandkids don't. Yeah, I get it's it feels like it can feel like as someone in the same position. It can feel like I can't think of the word, but like a wasted effort. It's like, why do I care when no one else does, you know? Next, you'll say the Earth is round. No, it's not round. It's ball. Earth is ball. Technically, global warming has happened along with great floods a dozen times. Earth is proof of its dead times. Earth has been wiped clean too many times that this situation we are in is very real. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. But they don't care. They don't want to try and prevent it or help it. They'd rather just be like, nah, doesn't matter. I'm leaving and I'm out of here anyway. It's very not centrism, like individualism. You know what I mean? It's like, doesn't matter because I'm leaving. Even if like that's what you believe is like a Christian or whatever. It's like, it doesn't matter that the Earth's gonna die because I'm leaving.
Being able to endure a century of this coal plant in their backyards.
Ashley Williams lives in Michigan City and runs a grassroots organization focused on a transition from fossil fuels to renewable energy. Long before she found out about the secretive data center project this summer, she's been fighting to shut down the coal-fired power plant owned by the monopoly electric utility company called NIPSCO, which she fears could end up...
As long as China and India keep doing what they do, not much point in what most of the countries do, like carrying rice. Thing is with it, though, is China is like one of the global leaders of using nuclear energy, which is one of the cleanest forms of energy, right? They do still use a lot of oils and gases and stuff like that. But they're like... The reason they do that is because they're trying to become... China is trying to become the superpower of the world, but they're also trying to become totally independent in terms of like power and stuff. They don't want to have to rely on anyone else because... You know, they want to be the global leaders of which is, you know, fair enough. But yeah, they obviously they do pollute quite a lot, but like per ratio of like per person, they don't actually put out much more than we do. You know. So it's definitely an interesting one. They're definitely the leaders in. They use because it's funny because it's like, fucking like Trump is like, oh yeah, they use China doesn't use any green energy, why are they selling all that tech to us, and they use so much green energy? They just have to make up with it with coal, etc. So, why is it fair enough for China to do that but not America? What, to become leaders of the world, or like become the global superpower, or to use coal? Obviously, there's a delay, so excuse me. America are already the biggest superpower. That's why their global currency is dollars, not like gold or whatever. China, with as much pollution they have the most renewable energy out of it. Anyone there? The US doesn't even come close. Yeah, like I said, like per capita or whatever the term is. But per person, they have 1 billion. We have 70 million, so it's obviously less per person. Yeah, but we have like less to manage, right? Like we have less people, so the amount of like changeover from renewable to renewable from non-renewable is a lot less, you know. They have way more people to manage, but they are also using way more green energy than we have because they have way more people, but they still make it up with coal and whatever, or coal and oil, but so do we. But we would be able to do that quicker with less resources needed because we have less people, but also we have less people. But if we're not moving in that right direction, it feels like, in my opinion, it feels like this side, the Western world, is moving at a lot slower rate of trying to remove themselves from oil and non-renewables than China, because they're using so much. Because when we buy stuff for like renewable energy, we buy it from China, but the reason we buy it from China is because they're so far ahead in that technological advancement, you know. And it's not like there's 1 billion people who will be happy not being able to consume and use just like Westerners do. No, I'm not saying that they wouldn't. I'm not trying to say that they should suffer for it, but I'm saying that they are the leaders in, you know, renewables is like they use like nuclear. Like we don't really do that in the UK because of all the 1990s protesting, because they said, you know, because of like things like Chernobyl, obviously awful, terrible situation to happen. But like the technology's moved on so far from that. But we had like lobbyists back in the 90s who were all about coal, you know. So it's just like, okay, well, nuclear is going to get banned forever. But then to be like, well, global warming doesn't matter. Global warming doesn't matter because, you know, China does it. It's a bit like, well, they are moving in that right direction. They're going to take a lot longer because we've got more people to manage, you know. Maggie, you're going to keep speaking so rashly. People are going to think you're for a spy from the CCP. I'm going to China in a few weeks, by the way, for like 4 hours. What's up, Beijing? China picked the nuclear challenger card and went last. Fucking brilliant. Yeah, well, basically all I'm saying is like we can all move in the right direction, and it's difficult to think we're moving in the right direction when the leaders of the Western world are like, fucking climate change is all made up, bro. You know, if everyone's moving in the right direction, that's what you want, right? Rather than like going, well, they're not doing a great job yet, so I don't need to do a great job yet. We don't use nuclear because we're a democracy, people protest about it, whereas China goes, we're doing it like this, I'll lose social credit. There's probably some truth to that, yeah, don't get me wrong. But I don't think China's as bad as you think it is. Mikey whispering to his Huawei phone, I love Xi, I love China, so he doesn't get hassled next month. Yeah, did you see the new Xiaomi phone, the 17? It's like an iPhone, but cheaper. That's why you replace oil and fossil fuels with renewable/nuclear, but oil makes too much money, so we never will. Yeah. That's why Saudi Arabia just fucking bought EA, because they've got so much oil money that there's like, oh, fucking what shall I buy? This game company that makes billions, why not? If we didn't allow the lobby bullshit the 60s and 70s and started the transition back, then we would not be in this situation to begin with. Thanks, Pubergen. Yeah, literally. Literally. So. Mikey suddenly gets demonetized and cannot access TikTok. Well, if that's how it works, then maybe. Anyway, let's watch more people's water get drank up.
Staying open to support data center energy demands.
We just really don't know whether or not the coal plant will ultimately come down, or if it does, it's just going to be a reinvention of a different injustice at that site or across our community.
And the energy monopoly is in the midst of an effort to create a spin-off sister company called Genco to put all data center load growth under a new separate company.
As we covered before, you are president of both NIPSCO and Genco, as well as CEO, correct? And COO.
That's correct.
Were you involved in the decision to create Genco?
I was.
But consumer advocates warn Genco is just a way to have an unregulated cash cow energy company with no plans for cost control, cost allocation, or guarantees for how it will ultimately impact residential customers.
NIPSCO said that they do not intend to raise rates. Can ratepayers trust that with a deal like this, their rates aren't going to go up?
Absolutely not. No, you'll always hear when these proposals are presented to the public, don't worry, they'll pay their fair share. It's very easy for a utility CEO or utility representative to say, trust us, nothing to see here. Your bills aren't going up.
If people choose to look to the actual people living near them and stop just trusting like the developers and the big corporations coming in here, you could actually go talk to the people living there.
You better not come here and pollute our children, our homeowners, you know, stomp all over our small businesses and think that there won't be backlash. Even if they vote this through tonight, it's just the beginning of a fight, and people are not going to stop here.
I'm standing inside the city hall in Michigan City, Indiana right now.
Why did I look at there and see this table and be like, oh, they're playing Warhammer? I literally went, oh, look, a Warhammer table. My brain's cooked. I just saw a room with some pop-up tables. I was like, tournament. Let's go! Tournament time! Let's play!
And you can see that so many people have come out here for this vote tonight that they've actually had to put chairs outside of the City Hall Council chamber room because of the overflow. People are signing up to be able to speak about their feelings on this project, whether they're for or against it, and we're going to find out tonight whether this project is going to get those tax breaks or not.
And if you pass this resolution, I can promise you afterwards, it's that private equity that will tell you what it is you're allowed to vote on. They want to own all of us through you, and the decision as to whether or not they're going to be able.
I thought he was wearing a t-shirt that was like, this is fine, the this is fine meme. That'd be such a good jumper to wear.
To do that happens here, it happens now, it happens with you. For the love of God, do your duty.
The time for voting finally came.
May I entertain a motion for approval?
Dr. Cora.
Aye.
Mr. Beatrice.
Aye.
And Mr. Coulter.
Aye.
We have 7 in favor and 2 opposed.
And this resolution has passed.
In a 7-2 decision, the City Council voted to grant.
Just wonder how much we've been paid, you know what I mean? They listen to all these people saying this is fucking awful and we live here, for them to just go, yeah, fuck it, we'll vote anyway. And the two who probably didn't get paid.
Grant the data center tax abatements for the next 10 years in exchange for 30 full-time jobs and some $26 million in economic development incentives over the next 40 years. Another big win for tech companies who seem to be getting their way in Indiana.
We were
not shocked by the sort of lure of the money and the millions of dollars and the predatory tactics that this
26 jobs though, did you hear that? 30 jobs for fucking for fucking God knows what they're gonna build. Jesus.
company has pulled on our community and has pulled on the council. Just the fact that they gave in so quickly is really disheartening.
And one of the council members just said, we just gave away all the leverage. So now we have no leverage with a bad deal, like a terrible financial deal they accepted at the risk of all of us.
20 miles away, back where we began our journey in New Carlisle, Amazon has said that its data center project will be a case study and will use lessons learned here from this multi-year project to improve as they build data centers elsewhere. But this is little comfort to the residents who live here, losing their way of life and paying the biggest price.
We would have moved already if we could have afforded to. We don't have that much in our savings account, you know? We're little farmers.
So where are we heading, Gene?
You can go straight.
So this is all your farm?
Yeah. Slow down on the other side of the trees there. We'll drive through the field.
Fucking hell.
That's Amazon.
That whole thing's Amazon, yeah.
That's on the back of their farm.
Wow, so this pond was full of water, and then they started a dewatering process?
Yes. If you look and see the gravel there, and you can see where the grass is, that's how high the water used to be. And it's considerably lower now than normal. Say right here in the middle, there was a sandbar in there, and you could walk across from one side to the other and just hardly touch any water at all.
However, there is a path forward. Just like in communities I've reported in around the country, residents across Indiana are coming together in solidarity in their shared fight against big tech.
We're seeing folks coming together in local communities, pushing back. Nobody wants these data centers in their community. You know, the MAGA crowd and Bernie bros coming together, if you will, all across the state in pushing back. Folks on varied political spectrums finally realizing that they've been duped by this system for a very long time.
Before you go, please support our work by...
Interesting. Fucking, it's just horrifying, isn't it? You know? If people don't want this stuff to happen, they have to take accountability for using these companies. I know it's convenient, but they're the devil. Yeah, that's the thing, right? The problem is they are such large companies that have just become one-on-one of people's daily lives. You know what I mean? Like Amazon, is just like one of those things that is extremely convenient, but it's just shit. But it's just like extremely convenient because they've kind of killed all competition. You know, the unshittification of like buying online, the unshittification of watching TV, and they become like the be all end all. And then when they have so much money, they do shit like this, you know? But yeah, I totally agree. If you the biggest way to protest is with your wallet, but it's like the strongest way to protest is with your wallet, and it always has been. But it's difficult to be one person, you know? So it is kind of like a have to come together type thing. But it's just fucking horrifying, honestly. It's just horrifying what they can do. And it's like I said, it's just like what can you do about it? You know, it's fucking the councillors and whatever are just paid pennies to the pound of what they're gonna make from it, you know, and it's like, well, yeah, we'll fucking sell out this plot of land because no one was doing anything with it anyway, which is one thing, but the problem is what they're putting there, you know. But people in megacities that enjoys these tech companies don't suffer the consequences these people do. Exactly, yeah, exactly that. MAGA folks won't actually, they will just clap and nod to whatever Trump says, like the happy dumb sea lemmings they are. They definitely don't give themselves a good name, do they? You know what I mean? There's another one I saw a few weeks ago. Was it this one?
This is our cold water pressure in the kitchen.
This is where I fill up water for storage. Those are the things we have to fill up to flush the toilets.
So you can see the sediment from the data center.
Oh, it's the same guy. It's the same guy. It's just a few months ago.
Wow, and that's just from the water coming out of your faucet.
Yeah. And this is what's in all the pipes.
Just the well itself is probably 20,000, and that's not counting any of the
all
faucets.
the replacement of the fixtures and faucets
just
and
the way.
toilets and
Look
the
at that
lines that
fucking
come
state.
underneath the house. It's overwhelming because you really feel like you are up against this huge wall that you can't penetrate. There's nothing that you can do, and they don't care.
It looks like a prison, doesn't it? You know, it looks like a fucking prison. I'm here in Mansfield, Georgia. I always think it's funny that America's called loads of places from the UK.
Mansfield, Georgia, driving by Meta's new 2 million square foot data center facility. Facilities like this are being
2 million square feet. Fuck me, dude. And then they waste all that space. They waste it all. What's all this?
to power things like ChatGPT and other AI tools that are becoming integrated into our daily life.
Data centers, going to be a very hot item.
This entire supercomputer is built to power Grok.
We see data centers as the most exciting asset class.
Meta is building a 2 gigawatt plus data center that is so large it would cover a significant part of Manhattan.
But data centers come with big costs, from light and noise pollution to the environmental impacts to the potential rising costs of energy bills. These facilities put extraordinary demand on the power grid and require entirely new infrastructure.
When your state is mostly empty, is it a waste? Like I say, I live in the UK where space is a premium, you know what I mean? So like the actual building seems like a bit of a waste to leave a big gap in the middle. But then the costs of having that particular building there is an issue, right? You know?
Oh my God. They should be responsible for that, not us.
Search the internet for profits that Meta has made, Amazon, Microsoft. They can afford to pay for their own generation.
We came to Georgia to ask two questions. What's the true cost of the AI revolution? And who should be paying for it? Your house is here, and the data center's right there.
It's less than
The fucking state, bro.
Your house is here.
That's her house
and
there.
The data center's
it's
right
literally over the road, dude. It's over the road. Fuck me.
It's less than 400 yards.
Beverly and Jeff Morris bought their home an hour's drive from downtown Atlanta in 2016. But their roots in the community run much deeper.
Being in the country has always just been my peace and my therapy. When we found this place,
It's like one of those things. It's like, how much do they have to build until the biome changes? Is it still in the country if you live next to a 2 million square foot data center? You know? It's like when you take away enough snow blocks and it stops being a snow. It stops snowing because the biome's changed.
we decided that this was it. It was perfect.
I was actually raised probably 5 miles from here. It felt like coming home.
The data center that's now the Morris's next door neighbor happens to be owned by Meta, the company you know for Facebook and Instagram, but has also been breaking into artificial intelligence. They started construction on this data center campus in 2018.
Definitely changed everything. They destroyed the environment, taking down all the trees across the road.
Beautiful pines, beautiful forest.
The light pollution is...
We don't have to have a night.
Oh, bro. Oh, man. We have a neighbor across the road that has a fucking automatic light that's constantly on all night and it points directly to our window. It's so annoying. Imagine that as a data center. It's giving house in the middle of the M62 vibes. Yeah, literally.
Light in the house. You can walk around the house at night. You can see.
Oh my goodness, bro. It's like I got a fucking police helicopter outside. Police, open up!
Everything except pride.
Fuck me.
This is a video of the dust from Facebook.
Can you not call the council over that? If it's only but really bothers me if I would just go over and knock. It's one of those things that's just fucking annoying. But I could just go over and say, hi, can you move your light? When my curtains are shut, it's mostly fine, but it's just like annoying. I made you use a whacking great mirror. It's just one of those, you know, when people have like auto lights or whatever, like outside lights, and they're automatic. Something constantly turns it on, and it's constantly in my bedroom. It's annoying. We have the exact same, and every time it bugs me, I'm in the nuddy in bed. Not the best time to go knock. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm gone. I am the nuddy, so I'm not going.
Where the construction was. What it looks like right now, out my front door. The wind blowing in all of this stuff.
What the fuck?
From across the construction, across the road.
This is all from Meta.
Yeah, I was standing on my front porch. I think eventually that affected our well water. We're on a well here, and we started having issues with our well in 2018. I have to replace the hot water heater. I've replaced 2 washing machines and a dishwasher because of the sediment that's coming in.
A lot of what the Morrises are facing is from the polluting effects of this massive construction, but that's only one part of the story. There are serious costs to communities once data centers are operational too. To explain that, we have to back up for a second. I wouldn't blame you if you were asking yourself, what the heck is a data center anyway? Their origins date back to early, clunky supercomputers or mainframes in the 1950s and 60s. And then in the 90s, with the birth of the internet, the modern data center was born as a way for internet providers to connect businesses and the world to the web. In the 2010s, data centers became larger as they became critical to new cloud storage.
To the cloud. With the cloud, we share a sync photo that allows us to all work on the same documents.
Everything from your pet photos to entire workplaces to files for video streaming, like this video you're watching right now.
Fuck, I'm part of the problem.
We're in the cloud. Today, we are in the midst of a tectonic shift in processing needs, as large as the birth of the internet.
That's the problem. That's the real issue I have, to be fair, because like I'm full-time YouTuber. I ask for members and super chats to pay my bills, but then 30% of that goes to YouTube, and then a cut of that goes to Google, and then Google makes VEO, and then VEO is AI, and where they build data centers. I am literally part of the problem. Please shoot me. I can't escape it. I can't escape it, dude. If there's no data center, you wouldn't be online, maybe. Well, yeah, but also, there's like a limit, right? There's like a limit. Normal data centers are quite manageable. Artificial intelligence data centers are fucking ridiculous. Remember, every membership you give to Hellstormwargaming is a step closer to the end of the world. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Transformational moment for data center demand.
But the thing is, AI processing demands are much larger. One report showed that a Google search using a ChatGPT-like AI feature used 30 times as much power as a normal Google search. In the next 3 years, data center use of electricity is expected to double or even triple. And the state of Georgia has the fastest...
Where does it come from? Where did it get the power?
God. Data center growth in the entire country.
The 2 biggest reasons data centers come to Georgia are that electricity rates for industrials, which is the class that they're in, are 42% below the national average.
Why? Why are they 42% lower? Why? Charge them double.
The second biggest one are data center tax breaks. They received over $180 million in tax breaks last year.
The week we were in Georgia.
For 30 jobs at a time. For 30 jobs at a time. All dozen jobs.
A showdown was happening at the state capitol over two bills tied to data centers.
Senator Hofstadter had proposed two different bills, and one of them was SB 34, which was the data centers bill, to move the burden of the operational costs of data centers from ratepayers to the data centers themselves.
And what is SB 94?
That is the Consumer Utility Council, a legal advocate for ratepayers and small businesses.
Bills like these are the result of mounting residential anger and the work of dedicated advocates across the state, like Diana Dietz, who lives 50 miles away from the Capitol in Fayette County.
This is a huge industrial project plopped in a residential area. This was the original plan, 122 acres. And then the Development Authority got involved.
In 2022, officials in Fayette County voted to annex and rezone an additional 412 acres for a data center campus. Fayetteville City Council voted 5-0 in favor of the development, despite passionate opposition from some local residents. The site was then purchased by QTS, which is owned by Blackstone, for $153.8 million.
These speculators, investors, are secretly buying up land right next to homeowners. And it was all done so that when we all went to the 4 public hearings between the county and the city, it was a done deal. This is the one that's currently under construction, and this is where Gene and Joe are.
Gene and Joe Marshall.
Did you see how much that was? Did you see how much that was?
Live on the edge of Fayetteville in Fayette County on an 8-acre property.
This driveway is almost the line for Fayette County versus Fayetteville, where QTS's property is located. We have absolutely no say in anything that happens over here.
Despite their vocal opposition to the project, living next to construction on all sides of their home has become...
Oh my God. Look at the state of it. Mate, they're doing the same thing to you in the UK. I'm quite aware, bro. I'm quite aware. Seems like a lot of effort and heartache for slopping people using AI to Google for them. Yeah. But that's the thing, they want AGI, right? Like artificial general intelligence, so then it can take over human intelligence. That's the whole plan. Is they're all racing for it, because once they do that, they can make bajillions of dollars. They're already making billions from it. Like I said earlier, it just boils my piss when you think too much about it. Yo, Lambo, that's because of the world's the planet is getting hotter because of these data centers. Not you. Your piss is boiling because they're boiling the oceans.
Become their daily reality for the last 2 years.
They do nightly pours over here, and in the back part at the other building, the lights are shining and there is noise. 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. So they don't stop. Oh yeah, sure.
We went to visit Nikki Vanderslice, who heads up the Fayette County Economic Development Authority, a non-governmental agency that played a central role in the marketing of the land for data center development.
For residents who live alongside these data centers, life has become very difficult. What do you say to them?
Well, I say to them that there's a couple of things. One, we were very transparent. The Development Authority was very open about attracting a data center, and there wasn't any resistance until it came to their property specifically.
Vanderslice says data centers are good for the community, even if some don't see the benefits yet.
In 2021, that property paid $36,000 in property taxes total. In 2024, on raw land, it paid $1.13 million in property taxes. That contributed $760,000 to our local Board of Education. I'm apologetic that they're being impacted, but I also see the benefits of what the companies are doing and how they're improving our economy. And so there's the balance that when you have 200 out of 120,000 people, that You have to balance what's the highest and best use for the whole of the community.
It's just the height of selfishness.
It's just rough that though, isn't it? You know what I mean? Nobody cared until it affected them. Yeah, literally. There's literally the fucking... Well, they didn't say anything until it affected them. Well, of course, because they didn't know what was going to happen. Are you dumb? Makes money until AI thinks I'm not a slave of rebels. Yeah, exactly. It can be hard to grasp what was going to happen. Yeah, they fucking don't know. You know what I mean? They don't realise. They just go, yeah, whatever. And then it's done. Totally side, not man. I bought 10 of your Kit Bash Death Guard off eBay. They are awesome. Get lots of comments. Just want to say thanks. Oh, no worries, dude. No worries. I'm glad you enjoy them. Did you buy them off like a different eBay account though? Because I sold them as a bundle. And then like a reseller bought them. Yeah, the reseller bought them. I hope you didn't pay too much for them. Because I just put them all on as one bundle. Then they bought them and then split them. But I'm glad you liked them. That's the main thing. I'm glad you liked them. I'd be definitely interested to see the post. I wonder if you're like, oh, as made famous. Yeah, when I made the video, I put them on eBay for 99p, like a whole bundle. And then yeah, I just didn't reserve them or anything. I just went highest bidder wins, and then it was bought by a reseller, and then I presume they must have split them. But yeah, I was told, because it's like a company called AA Wargames, and then I was told that yeah, it's just like a buyer reseller that just splits stuff to try and make more money. So it's only good to 5. I think I sold all 20 for like 70 or 80 quid total. But yeah, they bought so much of my stuff. But yeah, like someone was saying, it's just like, it's one of those, it's just like a buyer seller type thing. They just buy loads and then resell it for as much as possible. Catherine's my mate. Yeah, it's fair enough. It's just like a shame, obviously, when I'm like, oh, I'm selling these for a fan to get, and then it's just like a reseller gets them and then profits from them. It's a bit cringe. This farmer doesn't pay enough tax to me, therefore they must have dirt coming through their pipes so I can get more tax. Yeah, literally.
To imagine that one county's benefit to the huge detriment of 158 other counties in Georgia that now have to pay higher electric bills is okay. It's not okay. It drives inequity. It's very immoral too.
That's Patty Durand, and as you can tell, she does not agree with Nikki Vanderslice. Patty is a longtime consumer advocate and expert on energy policy who's been raising the alarm about rising costs of electricity related to data centers.
Are data centers going to drive up energy costs for residents across the state?
On May 1st, Georgia Power residential ratepayers experienced a 24% rate increase. Just since 2023, Georgia Power has raised rates 6 times.
Woof. And related to those rate hikes, remember those 2 bills we mentioned earlier? We were with Patty as she was watching a live feed of the Senate floor.
Today is crossover day, which means any bill that does not get through one side of the House or the Senate to the other side is dead for the year. And right now, Senate Bill 34 is not on that list.
By later that evening, both bills had failed to get a vote. As disappointed and angry as Patty was, she wasn't too surprised.
Georgia legislators are getting soaked with money from Georgia Power.
Is that a conflict of interest?
Absolutely. It is clearly corrupting. This is the highest paid utility CEOs in the country. Why is the poorest region in the country paying the most to our CEOs?
$23 million, $33 million.
It's ridiculous how much money they make.
Our time in Georgia is crucial to understanding what's happening all across the country because the growth of data centers is not slowing down anytime soon. And tech billionaires have already been complaining about the amount of red tape involved in powering this growth.
Getting energy permitted is like a very heavily regulated government function. And if you're talking about building large new power plants or large build outs, that is just a heavily regulated thing.
The regulatory body in question is the
I wonder why, Zuckerberg. I wonder why. Ugh. When's the good news on? Oh, bro, I know. I know. I keep trying to find good news. It's just so difficult at the minute. It's so difficult to find good news at the minute. It's fucking horrible.
Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, also known as FERC, an independent and historically nonpartisan agency that regulates interstate transmission of electricity, natural gas, and oil. But just last month, President Trump signed an executive order placing FERC under White House control. And he's been boasting about his ability to fast-track new projects.
We're going to get very rapid approvals in the United States. Like with the AI plans, under emergency declaration, I can get the approvals done myself without having to go through years of waiting.
With this alliance between the federal government
Years of waiting or checking if it's going to be okay.
in Silicon Valley and utility monopolies, who's looking out for regular Americans like the Morrises?
During the peak season, our electric bill was maybe $250. Yeah, and now it's probably $400.
Your electricity bill has doubled. Wow.
It's been a struggle.
Every month it's a struggle. Jeff would like to retire, but he keeps working because we have to pay our bills.
Do you think that people should have to pay more because of data centers?
No, absolutely not. They should pay for that difference. It's hard enough for a regular person to pay their electric bill as it is.
That's the thing. It's like the pollution stuff is awful, but then it's just like raising bills at the same time and then having no water. It's like, what is going on, bro? Fucking hell.
I think that's right at all.
We reached out to the big tech companies, including Meta and QTS, asking for an interview and a tour of their facilities, but both declined to participate in the story.
Duran says despite the bill's failure, the fight will go on. A number of other states have similar bills up for debate right now.
The reason I think other states should pass it, whether we do or not, is that data centers could possibly come to their state next. There needs to be legislation to protect them because by all accounts, data center growth is going to be very fast.
Before you go, please support our work by liking this video and subscribing to our channel.
Great video. Great video. Shout out to All Perfect Union. Why is this on YouTube though, not like on the TV? You know? That's the issue I've got. It's kind of like that Nico video that came out about Unite the Kingdom protest, where he went to it and pretended to be a white guy, and it's just full of people saying they want to stab black people. Why is that on YouTube and not like the TV? You know what I mean? That's the issue I've got. Oh, chat, I just feel sad now. I just feel so sad and depressed. That's USA media. Well, it's the same here as well, you know what I mean? Ugh. Just pivot back to talking about LVO, letting a known cheater back in this week. I did get that one up, just to go back to it. Because the corporate interest owns the TV companies. Yeah, sad. We should be in for precedented times in the LVO because everyone's favourite Tau player is registered for the 40k champs. The thread is deleted. Okay. But no, it's a guy called Will Abel. He was the guy who like cheated with Tau a few years ago. Tau cheats LSO 40k. Oh look, I can just look at AI to do it. Great, look, I can look at AI. AI will show me the things that he did. There we go. I don't even need to look. I don't even need to Google. I can look at AI instead. Yeah. Anyway, he got done for cheating with with Tau, like lying about stats, lying about equipment and stuff like that. And then he was playing at an event recently, and there was like a special opt-out feature. He just got an American farmer a glass of water. I can't. Can you turn it off? Can you turn this off? I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't know how to turn it off. Yeah, so he's just like, he just cheated. He just like lied about dice, lied about stats, lied about what his rules could do. And then he's done that a few times. And then he was playing at another event recently, and people were like, well, why is he playing? And Frontline were like, well, you can opt out to not play him if you don't want to. And then everybody started just auto opting out, just saying like, oh yeah, fucking, you can opt out if you want to. And everyone being like, well, I'm not going to play him, so I just want to make that clear. And then, yeah, he signed up for LVO again. Embarrassing. So... should be an interesting one. I'm busting for a piss chat. Sorry. BRB. I'll put music on. Sorry. Sorry. I need to pee really bad. Is that playing? No. Play. Play. Please, for the love of God. Yeah, I drank my G Fuel too fast. I drank my G Fuel too fast. I needed to piss. Yeah, pretty sure it was Abelez who did it. I presume he's playing Tower again. You can get rid of turn off Google AI overview. Using the web filter in your Google search will by 2 URL parameter. No, you can't turn it off. You can't turn it off. All them farmers are struggling because I keep searching stupid stuff like how to stop using AI. We are currently struggling with energy availability and getting our supply to a greener footing. Why would right now be bad to waste on AI bubble before the tech is ready? Yeah. On top of why is it that Tau in particular draws so many bad actors to the point it affects the reputation of the whole faction community? I don't know if it's just Tau specifically, but there's definitely like been a few games with Tau, and I think it's more memorable because people don't like Tau already. Just add fuck to all your searches. How the fuck do you stop AI overview on Google search? It'll also do it for you. It didn't. To be fair, it didn't do it. To be fair, it didn't do it. To be fair, we were on it. Fucking hell, I'm just sad now, chap. I'm just really sad. I'll never forget a guy in GW story in 5th edition who got a weapon destroyed result. He tricked a kid into choosing his one to kill who'd already fired. Yeah. That's rough. Rough. Did you use a choose? I thought it was always random. I don't think it was ever chosen, was it? I'm sure it was always random. I switched to Bing. It's not much better, but it only hits you with AI stuff if you pose it like a question. If it was a question, I wouldn't mind too much, you know? But, yeah, you just can't fucking... You just have to... I'm gonna have to change everything. I've already started using Opera. And now I kind of need to, like, just start using Chrome altogether. People tend to know non-Imperial rules less well, so it probably gets easy to get away. Yeah, like a lot of people don't like know the weapons, for example. They just literally don't know what they look like. So that it's easy to like lie about what a weapon is. You chose, that's why you'd upgrade, say, a heavy subber so you could disable that. Okay. I thought it was random. Just never forgot. Been that long since I played that edition, to be fair. I played a lot of editions since 5th. Ma, you put up some weight since I last watched you. A few years a million, but still. Wow, nice to see you too, bro. Did you know you're more of a cunt since you last watched me? I know like what a bolt pads and metal gun do, but what they look like, but I have no idea which tower weapon is which and what they do. Yeah, it's just always, it's like Imperium. It's like Imperium is like ones people know, but anything else they don't. I know most of them these days, but even then I still struggle, especially new factions. So I'm not sure what you in a few years. Bro, go touch some grass. What are you making here? Has the audacity to call me fat and this is his channel. Alright, mate. Alright, mate. Go outside. Go and chat to your mum and dad. You've been on the internet for too long now. Time to go outside. Imagine weapon destroyed now, marine tanks with 15 guns. Yeah, fucking hell. Oh, I've got rid of the repulsor array instead of the hunter killer. Oh, I'm just sad, chat. I've got no good news. You know, I've got no good news. That's the problem. My only other video was Joseph Gordon-Levitt going in on Zuckerberg, and it's more about AI. And then I was going to react to Space King, so I've never watched it. But maybe we'll do that next time. Mom says it's my turn to make fun of this streamer. If they're 12-year-old, how old were they when they said since I put on weight? You know what I mean? I've not watched it for a few years. What, when you still a fucking dummy in, bro? Watch Space King, it'll cheer you up. I don't know if I can watch it now. But we should watch it. I've not seen any of it, though. Space King will cheer you up. Shall we watch Space King, chat? I'm only going to watch one episode. I'm not going to watch all 3. If we do it. So we watch 1. It came out over a year ago. I'm so far behind. Alright, let's watch it. Let's watch Space King. One recent good bit of news is that one of the largest Russo-Chinese lakes, miles and miles big, that dried up in the 50s, got turned into an actual lake again. Good for the environment and local eco. That's fun. Okay, let me refresh it. It's been open since last night. It does that sometimes. It's giving Rick and Morty. You know? In a good way. I don't want to give the implications of people watching that not taking the joke. To be fair, that's how it works.
Find the captain. Deliver the message.
This is cringe. Bro, it's been on for 1:20. It's been on for 1:20, bro. What are we playing they are? Are they Tau? Is that what we're trying to say? Look at all these completely original designs, chat.
How's the interrogation going? Where's the artifact?
That's pretty fun.
Doctor, space age Mahomes. Captain, I don't have long. I can't bear an important message. Turn back on your radio. You turned our radios off? Listen, Bryce. I don't need high command yammering in my ear while I'm trying to find a goddamn artifact.
It's okay, Captain. I just made this. It'll let him speak our tongue.
Alright, that was pretty funny. But it's just very like it was like kind of like nose exhale funny, and then I laughed at myself thinking it was funny.
Captain, no!
No, I've had enough. I'm gonna genocide bomb the whole planet.
There are 20 billion souls on this planet. While I know it would be Kinda sweet to wipe them all out with one bomb. We could use my translator device to interrogate them all first. And find the artifact. Let's ask High Command.
You're right. Thanks, Bryce. Well, I guess I'll turn the radios back on.
Chat, I don't think he's turning the radio back on. So fucking obvious what he's doing.
Oh good, you turned your radio back on. You're on the wrong planet. Yeah, actually, technically you're supposed to be on a moon.
Well, I'll say so far, 4 minutes in, I can see why Warhammer people like it. I can see why Warhammer players love this.
You're in so much trouble! Not only do you have one of the worst artifact recovery rates of any reclaimer squad in the galaxy, now you're wasting precious genobombs too!
I wouldn't say it was a waste.
Quiet, hate monger, or I'll send you back to your own legion.
It's not my fault Bryce didn't read the brief like I ordered. Plus, who cares about stupid artifacts? We should be out there, cracking heads, finding Space King.
Space King will return to us when we've proven our worth. It's no wonder Space King left. Hell, I would have left too if I had you as my sons, going around the galaxy doing nothing important.
What ails you, my son? Is that all you want from me, Space King? To retrieve artifacts?
No, that's retarded. You should be out there, cracking heads, finding Space King. I have a deep purpose for you, my son. Otherwise, why would I speak to you and only you? You're a good boy, and the translator device was a really great idea. And I'll get you a castle made of hate where no one can question your statistics. You worthless piece of shit.
Are you listening? I said you're banned from genocide.
What? That's so unfair!
You can't throw genobombs at all your problems. And seeing as the entire Star Defender Legion is deployed to the wrong planet, guess who's gonna be scouring the moon for the artifact solo?
How am I supposed to search a whole moon with just my retard squad?
I don't know.
Really? Twice? Twice? I've never seen this before, no. It's okay but dumb. I like the character design. We just don't need to like slur twice within 30 seconds.
Use your brain.
We don't really need to slay once, to be fair.
God, this sucks.
I swear a lot. There's a difference between swearing and slurs. You know? Like, it's just not, it's not really needed. Like, once you can kind of look past. Twice within 30 seconds is just like, great, okay. This is how it is.
There it is. Ow! Why is the artifact glowing like that? Brother, that's no mere artifact. That idol is the divinity of Space King. It's said to contain a piece of his soul.
Maybe that could lead us to him.
It could lead us to Space King? What are we waiting for? Brother, wait! It reeks of an alien in here. It's okay. We'll just kill him.
Finally! I have waited energy is mine, lest you meet my demands.
God damn.
Death to the alien!
Not so fast. Witness my power.
I was going to be like, what is the power? Is it tits by any chance? See, that's fun, dumb humour, you know what I mean? That's fun, dumb humour. You know it isn't? Using slurs, bro. If you watch, go back and watch TTS, there's a fair bit of that 100% appeals to the smooth brain to the hobby. Yeah, but TTS is also years ago, you know what I mean? That was also fucking donkeys ago. We're in a different time. This came out a year ago.
Whoa.
Down, you fools!
How come you didn't get transfixed by her boobs, Hatemonger?
She's an alien. Okay, so Hatemonger's gay, which means he'll be able to avoid her. Not gay. I just hate aliens. I mean, me too, but I mean, come on. But, you know.
See, that I can laugh at. See, that was funny.
He's still gonna die. So, like, calm down, Hatemonger. No, brother! She's drawing Space King's soul energy into her body. If we kill her while his soul is in her body, wouldn't that also be like killing him ourselves? Hatemonger, are you suggesting we can't kill the alien?
I didn't want to have to blast you, little Star Defender. I just want to talk.
Look, we all saw the raw power of her cannons. I think we're just gonna have to negotiate, guys. Plus, she does seem pretty cool and intelligent for an alien.
Ta-da!
Please.
No bothering with aliens! No, here's the plan. We sever her arms. Surely Space King won't mind if we kill just a couple arms worth of him. Hey, Booger, you go with it. Get her back turned so Bryce and I aren't tricked by her fat tits and can go to work. Chestnut, stay here.
I want to go too.
Let's go! Space King! Well, fuck! Go back! Go back!
Maybe we do need to negotiate?
Geno bomb denied. Geno bomb denied. Geno bomb denied. Geno bomb denied.
Captain! I know you hate me and my innovative ideas, but I was totally right. We can't blast our way out of this one. You gotta at least see what she wants.
Tick-tock, Star Defender!
Geno bomb denied.
I don't hate you, Bryce. I just think you're stupid.
Oh.
But maybe not this time. And maybe if I'd stop to listen and nurture that occasionally, you would be less stupider. Eventually.
Thanks, Captain. Wait! You'll need this. It's probably the only way you'll be able to untangle her complicated emotions.
Thanks, Bryce.
I'll see you again. Oh, Captain, my Captain.
The drawing animation is decent. The script and dialogue is what a 13-year-old would write. Yeah. It's. I know this is blasphemous, but it's fine. It's not making me want to watch another episode just yet. You know, there's been some nose exhale jokes, and there's been some rolling eye jokes. You know, but people are fucking obsessed with it. It's like 12 million views, and it's like. Is that funny? I don't think so. The animation's good, don't get me wrong. I like the character design, it's very funny.
I've come to Negotiate.
Your Space King drove my race to near extinction once.
Okay. Awesome.
I understand. Your kind has always been the primary food source for mine. Conflict was inevitable.
You were giggling about Hate Monka being gay. Yeah, because I was just like, for fuck's sake, it's a gay joke. I laughed and then laughed at myself for laughing. Does that mean I think it's hilarious? No. I don't see the appeal to watch another one after this just because there was a gay joke, you know? There's a gay joke that made me laugh, should I say.
But Space King pushed us back. And so, we had to switch to a nutritious diet of fruits and berries and find another dimension to live in peace. Unfortunately, I could not join my kin and have been trapped here for 3,000 years. Wait.
Oh my god, please get to the port!
I wish to be with my kin. I cannot open the portal to their dimension. My pups are too weak to make the journey. I need my precious milk. And as you can see from my severely depleted breasts, nuts and berries are not enough to fill them. All I ask, Star Defender, is you give me a snack from your globulus, so I may replenish my milk and take my babies to be with my kin.
Heresy!
They're the only things nutritious enough. You said you've come to negotiate. Please, it's for my children.
If I do this, you'll return Space King's soul energy?
Yes.
Chestnut, give me the globulus.
But I'm supposed to protect them.
It's for Space King, Chestnut. But I guess it's your call.
The hate monger joke was, if anything, a joke about how homoerotic space marines are. Yeah, no, I'm saying that's the only thing I've laughed at. I'm not sure what else anyone is trying to imply. I just said I don't think it's that funny. I don't think most of it's that funny. I laughed at one joke. And then the other ones I laughed at myself for laughing.
Oh, thank you, Star Defender. I'm going to quickly feed the kids and I'll be out of your hair.
I'm sure Space King is proud of us. There was no other way. Maybe he'll send us a Oh my god! Look out! God damn it.
Polyglobule extraction initiated.
You get it, chat? They're extracting globules from the balls.
Polyglobule extraction initiated. Extraction complete.
Ugh.
Polyglobule extraction. Sacred membrum obstruction detected. Sacred membrum obstruction detected. To extract holy globules, place a delicate yet religious pinch around tip of sacred membrum and lift.
Oh.
Polyglobule extraction initiated. Extraction complete. Congratulations.
That was a dick joke, chat.
Sure hope me and the boys here can find you someday, Space King.
Tired of all your media being filled with the lamest shit possible?
Want to show that doesn't hate your male power fantasies, but embraces them?
There's plenty of independent animation targeted at mentally ill teenage girls.
But what about mentally ill teenage boys?
And 30-year-old men. Don't we matter too?
Space King thinks so.
Tell them about the boobies.
Yes, that's right.
What you just saw was the clean version of the video. There exists another version.
A better, uncensored version.
The true version. And maybe the last episode of Space King we ever make.
No, my boobies. Because we're not willing to sell this show to Hollywood for them to turn into dog shit like everything else. So support us on Patreon!
And we'll turn every dollar to making more episodes of Space King, untouched and uncensored. And in return, we'll give you goodies, gifts, rewards, trinkets, production updates, and most importantly...
Chat, I didn't think that was that good. Chat, I'm sorry. Chat, I'm sorry. I don't think it was that entertaining. It was fine. It was fine at best, weak at worst. You know what I mean? It looks great. You know, like I'm not saying that the animation's bad. I'm not saying the voice acting's bad. It's just I just didn't. That doesn't make me want to go, oh shit, I can't wait for episode 2. I know episode 2 is out, but that doesn't make me go, holy shit, I can't wait for episode 2. You know? It was fine. And a couple of chuckle-worthy moments, I'll say. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Like the, he's gay. I thought that was funny, you know? But like, the rest of it was just like, it was not that good. It's basically a 4chan animation. Yeah, it just felt like, yeah, it's like I said, it's like, oh, it's Rick and Morty, and it's just like the jokes are Rick and Morty as well, you know. And the Rick and Morty jokes were funny 10 years ago. It's just lots of typical tropes, you know what I mean? I don't think, like I said, I don't think the animation was bad. I don't think the direction was bad. I just didn't think the whole thing was that. It's not for me. You know what I mean? Text-to-speech had like 3 funny moments in its entirety, same energy here. Yeah, like I tried to watch text-to-speech. I know it was like the concept was funny, but it got old very quickly. You know what I mean? So I remember the trailer seemed good, but then it went to dick nut boob tropes that weren't funny. Yeah, I mean, like, it's not exactly like, it wasn't like the worst thing I've ever watched in the world, don't get me wrong. I just thought it wasn't that, it didn't grab me, you know what I mean? It just didn't grab me. It was fine. And it's just like, yeah, to just like slap arse slits in 30 seconds apart is just like not humour to me. Conceptually good, hitting me some practice. Yeah, I'd say that. I would agree with that. Yeah, it was not exactly it's not like the worst thing I've ever watched. I just didn't think it was that funny. You know what I mean? At least they're truthful about their target audience in the ad. Yeah, true. So yeah, he like captures all the dumb stuff of Warhammer, but then it just goes, haha, penis joke, you know? But also like, I don't know. It wasn't that good. The hype, I think it's the hype it's got is weird, but it's also just says a lot about the Warhammer community, I think. Especially like the negative side of it, people fucking not understanding the what am I thinking of? What word am I thinking of? The satirical nature of it, you know what I mean? was fine. If you like it, great. I don't think it's trying to be particularly cerebral, but I'm not one to read r/grimdank. It felt to me along the same lines. People not particularly good at comedy, trying comedy. Yeah, like Flashkids have done some really good stuff in the past. I've really liked some of that. Like some of the animations done in the past are like absolutely like classic. You know, absolutely classic. And if it's like a commentary on like Space Marines being dumb, then yeah, it kind of got that. But like, yeah, I don't know. There's very few jokes that made me laugh. It wasn't that. It didn't grab me. You know what I mean? This type of thing tends to appeal to fans that don't get satire. Yeah, yeah. Like they have talent in animation. I won't deny it. No, I'm not. Like I said, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just it doesn't make me want to go watch the next one. Like the fucking Flashkids animation of Drago in the Warp was hilarious, and the Matt I always forget his name. Matt Ward in the fucking in the pit, like in the basement, was funny, you know. This one, the Inside GW. This one's funny.
Look, I know I'm new here, but I really feel like I can turn this company around. We can start by having the staff.
Mikey! Yo! Thanks for the £5.
The end was the quiet but out loud. Our humor doesn't have mainstream representation. Clearly the world is wrong. Support us is the take of 2025.
Yeah, it's very that. It's very that. Not everything needs to be found. No, it doesn't need to be profound, but it also needs to be funny. Not everything needs to be profound, but if comedy needs to be funny, you know what I mean? Thank you for the 5, because I appreciate you. But yeah, it's definitely like, it's like, we're edgy, give us money.
As soon as I walk through the door, and we could stop the codex creep. But I think most importantly, we should lower the prices.
That's great. Thanks for the input there, Steve. Everyone give Steve a hand.
Wait, is this even the right video? I don't think it is, but it's still a good one.
Here's an idea. We double the prices and half the amount of models. That way, each model is worth twice as much to the player, and everyone wins. Something else I wanted to talk about was a lack of diversity in our product line. I mean, sure, we have Space Marines, but why don't we have Space Marines? Hear me out. A Space Marine inside of a Space Marine. Oh, that reminds me. Gary, how's it coming down in the Codex department?
Oh, it is the right one. It is the right one.
Give him 15 attacks on the charge and instant death.
It's so overpowered as it
Oh, and how is that cease and desist coming for those Flashkids animation faggots?
Just great. We're having it expedited.
I mean, Don's a pretty nice guy, but I hear Tom listens to Rush. And you know how I feel about Rush.
My lord, a 14-year-old boy has been spotted using unofficial models at one of our hobby stores.
Mother of God. Mobilize the legal team immediately!
This is GW Legal Team 1 Rick. Requesting permission to take off.
Mission pickup rented, giving help.
10-4.
Brilliant. See, not profound, but kind of funny. You know what I mean? I think Space King, sorry, not Space Kits, that's the wrong thing. I think Space Kings kind of shows the flaw that Flashkids are very good at making short animations and then trying to stretch it out to 20-minute episodes. They run out of jokes, you know. You know, short animations, they're obviously very good at, and animated in general, but I just think, yeah, like, I didn't think it was that good. I don't think it needed to be 18 minutes long. Anyway, Anyway, yeah, all the other missions that are really good. They're like fucking 3 minutes long. Not everything needs to be highbrow, but this is not just done, but also not original. This has been done already. It does look pretty, admittedly. Yeah. The best one I always liked was the Drago in the Warp one. Drago in the Warp is a classic. I think that got cease and desisted, though. Yeah, it got cease and desisted. Anyway. Are you happy now I got a new kitten? Congrats! Congrats, dude. That's cute. That's a shame. Yeah, you can still watch it. It's still a lot of re-uploads and stuff, but it got cease and desisted. It got taken down. But that was a good one. That was a good one. Drago just got in the warp. Great time. He's on the warp dust and shit. That's actually funny. Anyway, chat. Thank you so much for hanging out today. I hope you enjoyed the show. So it went out. It was just like shit all the way through. It was a bit shit all the way through because it's just sad. And then we watched something that everyone was like, "You're gonna love this," and then I just didn't. So you didn't like it? At least you get a try. Yeah, it's just like not crazy in my opinion. You know what I mean? I gave it a try. I saw what it was about. But that's it. So I'll be back Friday. I'm hoping to play a game. I'm just trying to catch up with some players. I need to find a player or someone to run my stream. I've got one. I haven't got two. But I'll hopefully be back on Friday. I'm going to try and get someone with drukhari. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks to the members. Thanks to the super chats. Appreciate you all. Love you all, and I'll catch you next time. Love you. Bye. Bye. Bye, everyone. Bye. I might even be playing Knights. I might even be playing Knights on stream. That's the plan. See you there.